For a diplomat, you're not a very good liar.
Well, I haven't risen very high.
You know whose territory you are in, Mr. What did you say your name was?
And your name is? Right.
Honest to God, I'm a little surprised. I thought I'd be seeing Cal here tonight. Cal Riley? Cal's the hostage.
I started with nightmares, rumors, conjectures. That's a giant leap forward.
I think they were talking about assassinating President Sohani here at the UN.
Someone might get hurt.
Someone might get hurt?
Do you think I'm making it up?
You need me on that ticket, and you could use my delegates.
Oh my God, what have I done?
We tell the truth, or at least our version of it. A nationally televised statement. All 3 networks, prime time. And it ends with an appeal to the voters, to the people that elected me.
Tess, whatever it is that you and Arnold are doing, I'd like it to stop.
I want to know why Pellegrin suppressed Tess's report. It was him, wasn't it? 3Bs, KDH, Dipraxa. What's the story on that axis of evil? KDH is Swiss-Canadian, so why are we involved?
Curtis was one of us. He's British. Christ, Justin, stop bleeding for bloody Africa and show some loyalty.
How did you betray her, Sandy?
She had to be stopped.
Oh, yes. She was stopped.
Politics in real life can be quite scary, but it does make for some damn good movies.
CIA uses people that work for the CIA. They also use people who work with the CIA.
In this video, we count down the best political thrillers of the 21st century. The Ides of March stars Ryan Gosling as Stephen Myers, the junior campaign manager of the presidential candidate Mike Morris, played by George Clooney. Clooney lends a gravitas to the role as the Liberal Democrat governor who must convince Senator Thompson of his capabilities for nomination over his rival.
My campaign is against the distribution of wealth to the richest Americans by our government.
Except just when the stage seems to be set for Morris, there's a twist, and in the end, everyone is out just to save themselves.
Well, I don't believe in extortion. I don't believe in tying myself to you for the next 8 years.
4 years. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
So start watching this movie for Clooney, but stay for Ryan Gosling, who delivers a hell of a performance.
Everybody who's over the age of 18 or past the age of eligibility will be for it.
And all of the others
can't vote.
Roman Polanski's The Ghostwriter stars Ewan McGregor as the cynical and boozy ghostwriter hired to complete the memoirs of Adam Long, England's former Prime Minister, portrayed by Pierce Brosnan.
Did you ever want to be a proper politician in your own right?
Of course, didn't you want to be a proper writer?
This is not the kind of thriller that requires a lot of action. Instead, a sense of unease creeps into every frame of the movie. The best way to describe this movie is to say that it is perhaps a less dramatic version of House of Cards.
It's not true.
Isn't it?
And the ending scene of a windblown London street clearly evokes Hitchcock, where it implies that something horrible has happened out of frame.
Ruth said you were in New York to see Maddox.
That's right.
How was he?
He was fine.
Full of energy.
You know John?
Yes, I do know John. As a matter of fact, I was just with him. You never saw him today, did you?
A film about oil and money, American China, the Gulf and Texas, spies and betrayal. Intriguing, right? George Clooney is brilliant as the CIA field operative Bob Barnes, who agrees to assassinate Prince Nasser in Lebanon, no questions asked.
I punched in Prince Nasser and my computer gets seized. Now where'd that job come from? Where did the Nasser job come from?
The film also stars Matt Damon, Chris Cooper, Christopher Plummer and Jeffrey Wright. The plot is immaterial and most of it is to drive home the point that absolute power corrupts. And when we get to the end of the film, veteran cinephiles are sure to find that Syriana successfully manages to capture some of the essence of Alan J. Pakula's Paranoia trilogy.
You want to know what the business world thinks of you? We think 100 years ago you were living out here in tents in the desert, and that's exactly where you're going to be in another 100. So yes, on behalf of my firm, I accept your money. Thank you.
Argo features a pretty crazy plot in which Ben Affleck stars as a CIA exfiltration specialist masquerading as a Hollywood producer in order to rescue 6 Americans who were held captive in Tehran during the US hostage crisis in Iran.
I fly into Tehran. We all fly out together as a film crew.
Since this isn't a documentary, the film does take some creative liberties, which is fine because the superior cinematography and meticulous attention to detail more than makes up for everything else.
You've been here an hour, and you're asking us to trust you with our lives, Mr. Harkins.
Before we move to our top spot, we would like to make our honorable mentions. In The Constant Gardener, a widower is determined to get to the bottom of a potentially explosive secret involving his wife's murder, big business, and corporate corruption. Chappaquiddick depicts Ted Kennedy's involvement in the fatal fatal 1969 car accident that claimed the life of a young campaign strategist. And finally, in Kill the Messenger, journalist Gary Webb started investigating the CIA's role in the 1980s in getting crack cocaine to the black part of LA to get money and weapons to the freedom fighters in Nicaragua.
Look, Mark, if this story stands, some of your people are going to jail.
Directed by Catherine Bigelow, 0-30 chronicles the 10-year hunt for Osama bin Laden in the wake of the 9/11 terrorist attacks.
What's his name again?
Abu Ahmed al-Kuwaiti Salam Daguerre. His true name, we think, is Ibrahim Saeed.
The film, whose title refers to the military term for 30 minutes after midnight, stars Jessica Chastain as Maya, a lone wolf CIA agent who sticks to her conviction that bin Laden is not in a cave in Afghanistan but is likely living in relatively open sight in Pakistan.
You don't understand Pakistan, and you don't know Al-Qaeda. Either give me the team I need to follow this lead, or the other thing you're going to have on your resume is being the first station chief to be called before a congressional committee for subverting the efforts to kill bin Laden.
Most of the film is marked by the conflict between Maya and her cohorts against the non-believers who believe that her theory is too good to be true, and we all know how that turned out. All in all, 0-30 is filmmaking at its finest, with amazing performances, some crisp direction, and restrained acting.
And how close is that to the house? About a mile.
4,221 feet. It's closer to 0.8 of a mile.
So I guess that wraps it up. What do you guys think? Did I miss any that you think should be on the list? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Click on the little bell icon to be notified whenever a new one comes out. Don't forget to share this video with your friends. I'll see you guys next time.